Christine. It's good to be able to chat with you. I think if I look back, we started serving together, right, in young adults back in 2012. We were part of a core team that we were all involved in.
Exactly.
And it's been, close to about 11 years since. How was life like before knowing Jesus?
Well, life has been just normal. But the thing is, there is something missing, of course. There are some questions that is remain unanswered. Mm-hmm. And the purpose was somehow not really very defined. When I was standard 3, which is 9 years old,
okay.
But when I was actually attending a tuition,
okay.
And then after that, the tuition teacher was a Christian,
okay.
Right? And then after the tuition class, she would say, okay, we are done with the session, and then it's story time. So whoever that wants to listen to the story, remain. Okay, so then I said, okay, I love stories.
Okay.
So I actually went. And I sit down and I listened to the story, and I was still remembering that she actually brought up a book.
Yeah.
It is a children's Bible. She opened it, it is actually a story of the ark, Noah, and then mentioning about the rainbow.
Yeah.
And that actually answered the question that I have been having all this while, like why there's rainbow? Why rainbow come up only after rain?
Right.
But then that story actually answered to the very curious question that I have back then. I was actually approached by the tutor that whether I want to believe in Jesus, and I said I wanted to. And my mom said, no, she's too young to make any decision, so they actually put it on hold for a while. But that was the first experience that I ever remember.
Wow, so the seed started.
Even when I went to Form 1, I met a classmate that actually a Christian. She also brought me to some of the fellowships and all. I actually said sinner prayer.
Right.
I feel very joyful because they actually sing worship songs, right? And I feel really joyful, really happy, when I sing the song and I worship God, even though I didn't know that it was a worship. Mom knew. She grounded me.
Okay.
She grounded me not to associate with this classmate.
Throughout that whole entire journey, what would be maybe one or two factor that kept you holding on?
I believe that's something that God is doing amazingly, and it is all about God's doing. And I believe that He knows what's the right time to actually bring me back when I'm swaying too far away. And I know that He never gave me up. I backslid for a few years before I came back.
Okay.
I did. I never went to church, and I associate with some other friends that is not Christian, and when I look back, that I see each and every moment that He grabbed me, and it is really the time that I needed Him the most.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe I fast forward from there, right? There's that journey you experience with God. You know His tangible reality in your life, and I see you in church. You are active with worship. You are part of the young adults leadership. You've been involved. Like I said, I bumped into you in 2012. We've been serving since then, or at least I knew that you were serving since then. But we always get ourselves grounded, and we know God's grace is always sufficient, right? And that is always the maxim we try to hold on to. But sometimes when reality hits, sometimes when circumstances change, right? And I guess when the rubber hits the road, that challenge becomes very, very real. And in dealing with those challenges, Christine, maybe can you share with us how do you deal with that kind of real struggle?
Well, struggle is real, as what you mentioned. Suffering is real, okay? And when you feel lonely, it's real. And when you feel helpless, it's real. When you don't see Him, you don't see Him. Okay, that is what I feel. Okay, I self-talk a lot. So, when I self-talk, I believe that God listens.
Yeah.
He is omnipresent. Okay, He knew it. I believe that God knows that we need that room to to feel that, to express our emotions, to express our pain, to express our suffering. We are trying so hard to take control of the circumstances, trying to not break down. But yet, I believe that at that time, when God is being silent, is that God says, it's okay for you to break down. It's okay for you to just be yourself. It's okay for you to shout. It's okay for you to cry. And I was like using my pillow, and I was like shouting, ah! But the thing is, this is what I need.
Right.
And I believe that when I do that, God is holding me in His embrace. And He's tapping on my shoulder, say, it's okay, child. I'm okay. You're okay. I'm here. And I'm not gonna let you go.
As we grow up with in my teenage years, you go into relationships, you break up relationships. Sometimes you just need this friend to be next to you while you cry, while you wail, while you go through the agony. But there was never a moment as you ended by saying that God is not there. As much as you don't see Him, as much as you don't feel Him, you always know that He is there. And that was such a
very
huge
comforting
takeaway.
thing. It's a very comforting thing to know that when you look back, I believe that it is He that has been faithfully holding on to me.
Right.
That actually is the things that keep me where I am today now.
Let's say a young person were to come up to you today and say that, Christine, I've got so many things I want to do. How do you do it?
So it's about priority. So what I would share with them is the priority that I made, as in like, okay, I allocate time because God has timing for everything to happen.
Right.
He has a plan, but we have to respond. We have to respond to the plan of God. We have to respond to His timing. So it is really about our own commitment, making a commitment from ourselves that, okay, when I say I want to do this, this is what I'm going to do. When I'm being scheduled, I would really wanted to try to be there. Even though there are a lot of weaknesses that I have, I may not sing to the right part and all, but yet I believe that I am put there for a purpose.
So loved. It's not just a story. I believe in the life of Jesus. I believe that He conquered death. I believe in the resurrection. I believe He's coming back again.
What my takeaway from what you've shared would be perhaps three main items. One is that, never miss the opportunity to plant a seed. We may not be the one that harvests, but your tuition teacher was actually the person that actually, shared Bible stories and just planted the seed that allowed you the entire journey of finding God at the end of the day, right? And the second thing is, I think what I could take away from you is that God is real. As much as sometimes we can't find Him, we can't see Him, but He understands the need that we need at the point in time. Perhaps during that struggle, you needed to lash it out, you needed to let it go, right? As much as you're talking to yourself, but I think my takeaway is that He is there, sitting next to you as you pour out your heart to Him at the end of the day, right? And the last item, I guess the biggest takeaway, as you said, that we never put ourselves as a vessel of being worthy to be serving where we are. Service is a privilege and a blessing from God, and all we just need to do is just surrender and respond whenever service is being provided for us.
Excellent, John.
Right?
Excellent.
So if I can close, I'll close with all that three summary in
Praise
itself.
God.
Yeah. Thanks
Praise
for
God.
sharing, Christine. Thanks for having me.
My privilege. Thank you.
All right.